You are welcome to this edition of Laoye Curtis's podcast. I am your host, and I'm Laoye Curtis. Okay, in this edition of a podcast, I've brought up one of my beautiful A-list business students in the person of Mutiat Pokola, aka Miss Right, because the brand name is Miss Right, and she will be sharing with us her experience owning six figures in a fashion business. I believe that this interview is going to go a long way to inspire others who may be thinking less of themselves, that because they don't have this or that resources, that is the reason why their fashion businesses are not thriving. So we want to inspire people to take on the mantle of their businesses and launch out big time. So I'll be bringing on Ms. Wright so she can share her experience with us. This is unscripted. This is natural. Okay, so we'll let us share experience and be inspired. Then there'll be room for question and answers, and I would also be pitching in between the interview my own thoughts, insights to help us also achieve the kind of result that she has achieved in our business, and which is expected to continue to increase for her in terms of our results. So Ms. Wright, you are welcome. So can you please tell us more about you and your brand, your location, and your business? Let's start with that. So tell us about you, your brand, your location, your business, your audience, who you serve, and what kind of fashions that you make.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Now I'm feeling nervous. Good morning, everyone. My name
It's natural. It's natural.
My name is Mutia Popola. I am a Muslima. I'm a fashion designer, and I have a fashion brand named Miss Right. Miss Right Fashion Album. I use Miss Right majorly. I based in Oshogbo, Ocean State. I'm into bespoke and ready to wear. Majorly bespoke. I do a lot of a bit of ready to wear, but I'm trying to make my ready to wear a big thing. But most of my clients are made to measure, and then Owambe bespoke things. I've been in fashion since, let me say, roughly 5 to 7 years. I have I've had a couple of experience with fashion designing. I studied fashion and fabric major in the university, Obafemi Awolowo University, Department of Fine and Applied Arts. So let's just say I have an idea of what fashion is, and I studied it because I actually like. It's not something I just learned. It's something that I actually decided to, build my career on even before I started to do the business. I think that's roughly about me as a person. Yeah, I'm married and I have my kids. So that's just me.
Okay, great. You're welcome. Thank you so much for that introduction. Ali, we get to know that you studied fashion, in the university. Oh, interesting. Went to college, studied fashion, you had passion for it. That's excellent. And you've been in it for a couple of years already. Okay, what kind of fashion business do you now run presently? What are the kind of, the kind of customers you serve, the kind of clothing that you make, okay, and the kind of model you run. Let's just get to know about you from that perspective, if you don't mind. And I hope
Okay.
I'm doing well also as an interviewer, because I didn't
Yeah,
study mass communication. Okay, so let's hear you, ma'am.
Coach, I try small. Yeah, I used to doing the talking.
Well,
So,
thank you.
currently, into bespoke, and most of my ready to wears are, let's just say, they are on pre-order. Brand for sale, which I'm working on, but most of my clothes are ready to bespoke and then a bit of ready to wear. I don't make my niche is not hijab wears. They are not jilbabs. They are not abayas. I make majorly official wears, O1 bears. That's my thing. That's what interests me. So I don't even make clothes for the people that dress like me. I know how to make those clothes, but I don't make them. That's not my niche. My niche is official wears, O1 bears, and casuals for working class women only, majorly. Then people that like to wear unique outfits for parties. What actually drive my brand is I realize a lot of people, these days, it's not even these days, from the beginning of time, fashion has always been based on trends. Like people weird, oh, so thing is in trend and then everybody's wearing it. Oh, so thing is in trend and everybody's wearing it. So I think one of the things I try to do in my fashion business is I try to make each piece that suits each person. I figured everybody, there is a trend, but there is also something that has to do with your body structure, your body shape, your personality, and what should fit into you. So I'm more focused on trying to make clothes for people that want to appear themselves, at the same time look really, really good in what they're wearing without losing out on their personality. So that's what my fashion brand is all about now. And I think a futuristic thing for me is I would love to have people come in and make something beautiful for themselves that has to be about them. You see somebody wear a particular piece and you just feel like that thing looks like, it speaks that person's personality. She's wearing a dress, but when she talks, you can easily connect what she's wearing to her personality. I would love to allow people to make statements with their looks in relation to their
Hmm.
personality.
Wow, wow. So I love what you just said. You like to help people to make a statement with their looks, in relation to their personality. So it's not about you, it's about your customers. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Earlier today, before we kicked off this podcast, I had an impromptu session with those that were here, at 9 a.m. I made a mistake. I thought it was 9 a.m. we were supposed to have this session. So when I kicked off, a few of us were here and then we talked, and I said, oh, if you want to sell and make millions, you need to sell transformation, not sell clothes. And you already alluded to that fact, helping people to make a statement with their looks in relation to their own personality. Now, your own personality is a hijabi, right? So I want you to please share with us your experience as somebody who wears a hijab. I mean, you are following that tenet of Islam, which is very honorable, and yet you're still able to help others to make a statement with their own outfit, even though you are all covered up. How were you able to achieve that?
Honestly, coach, it's it's been a roller coaster. Honestly, the thing about for example, let me start with what I studied in school. It's fine
Okay.
arts basically, and then number one in my department, and in that department, we are not always many. It's meant for, let me just say, creative-minded people. It's not now, those before everybody has to be a lawyer, doctor. What do we have
Hmm.
again? An engineer. So ordinarily,
Engineer,
people don't
yeah.
even go to that department at all. It's not even a department people go to. That's number one. So we
Okay.
have like, if we can count ourselves, most times if we are more, and that's because the way they will throw people around to other faculties and everything. That's what makes us like 50 or thereabout. So my department generally doesn't even, in fact, very few females. I can say in like among maybe those people that we know ourselves. That's like most times in that department, generations of people, generations of artists, we know ourselves. It's like you don't have a
Hmm.
choice. Like all of you, we shall know you're not many. So and very few females, like very very
Okay.
few females. And then there's another thing, because it is fine art, it includes drawing, it includes images, it includes photography, graphics. I don't
Wow.
do all of those. My religion doesn't allow me to fit into all of those, so I can't do photography, I can do drawing, because I can draw, but I can't draw animate subjects. Well, it's a university
Okay.
curriculum, I have to do what the university says. So that makes people like me generally run away from that department. So it's
Okay.
not even a thing for us. So it was a challenge because, but I had an insight to do fine art because I had one particular woman that taught me fine art in secondary school. Her name is Mrs.
Hmm.
Omishola. She used to wear these beautiful Hadire prints, and she wears them like boo
Hmm.
boo. So most times, the beautiful thing is she makes those clothes herself. I know she's a Christian, a very strong Christian. She doesn't make her hair. She doesn't wear tight dresses. She just packs it her hair in a bun without her boo. The attractive thing is she's wearing something she made from the scratch, all on her own. It's a beautiful thing because it just speaks you. I think it's like when she comes in, everybody knows that is Mrs. Omishola. It's just everybody in the school knows that. So he encouraged me to do fine art. So back to me wanting to enter OAU for fine art. So the JAM result that year was terrible, but I had 300. So that even made it worse. So my dad was like, "You're not doing that. How will you? If I hear, you want to waste your 300, you're going to." They don't know that the family. It wasn't now. Nobody was even thinking on the entrepreneurial side. Nobody thinks about it. You either do a lawyer, a doctor, or. So I was like, I'm not doing law. Number one, I don't like the uniform. That black and white thing, doesn't it?
Black and white uniform you have to wear.
I think it's boring. So
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
is.
I had a direction, but I just felt like I'm not wearing black and white. So I think the results came out to know you for law. They picked me in law, but I already saw my name on the merit list in finance. So I didn't even tell them at home. I just said, so my name came out in finance on merit list. Everybody was angry, and then you don't want to do this, and then I just had this idea of I want to do fine arts like Mrs. Omishola. That was even what was in my head. So back to where I got to the department, it was only me. I was the only female using a hijab. In fact, it was only me. So everybody got to know who I am. Like, who is that girl? It's just weird, who is that girl? Number one, you're a girl, you're female. Number two is you're wearing hijab. It just looks weird. Like, what are you doing here? So, but I met beautiful people. They were very accommodating, honestly, the department, the HOD. So I met them and I surpassed the challenge. I learned a lot from a lot of people, a lot of creative-minded people. I met people with skills, beautiful, amazing skills that Nigeria is not even allowing them to come up with. Amazing things. People that do this beautiful photography. I mean, it's just amazing when you have creative people around. So the challenges are not been easy. I have issues with some of my lecturers. I have issues. In fact, I had issues with a lot of people. I can do a lot of things. When we work with clay works and part one, you do everything. You do ceramics, you do sculptural pieces where you have stones and all of that. You do all of those things. So it's number one is what you're supposed to I can't wear it. Most people wear boots, these jumpsuits, these tracks that people wear for work. So I'll carry this my big hijab. Walking around,
I can relate.
number one is you're not smart. That's number one. Number two is you're always everywhere. It's like if your clothes is not eating somebody's materials, you're all over the place. But I got the hang of it. It actually taught me to survive in an environment where others. So I got to be friends with a lot of people. Be friends with them, and I realized a lot of people just have this notion about when you're wearing hijab, they expect you to be snobby, they expect you to have terrible English, they expect you to be dull, or you should not be creative. It's like a thing. It's not your fault. It's just the society. But I think over the time we became friends, so the challenge of school was over. So while I was in part two, I started to make dresses. I actually came to find out to come and sew.
Okay.
So I decided to major in fashion and fabric major. So I was a fashion designer and I was a fabric major. So I did an intern with a couple of people. I met with my Hatafo. I don't know if people know my Hatafo. He's a designer and he's excellent. He used to make only male, we're only bridal wears, bridal dresses and blazers. And then that was like, so we met with him. He came to school and was like, sir, please, can I intern with you? And he looked at me up and down and was like, I don't take interns. I don't blame him. He said it, and he like, I don't take interns. I was like, oh my god. I don't blame him. It's just weird. I was wearing it. I was like, he was looking at me like, hello, what do you have to offer me? So I couldn't intern with him. So I just went, like, at least he listened. So that was a thank you. So and that time you go for internship. So I went for an internship with Ejiro Mustafiri. And then I
Okay.
realized that
Wow.
she doesn't take interns too. So
Okay.
it's that you come and learn, or I think they hire tailors. I don't know how they will do it. I think it's a thing that they
Okay.
do. Yeah, you
Okay.
get. So
Mm.
that you learn from them. And I ask people around, please, if you want to learn from these people, then I figured they don't even teach you. You know, they have these people that are working for them that teaches you. So, and as a day, fashion,
Mm.
you know, the currency was still okay now. So you be paying like 250K for fashion then. It was outrageous then. Is you know, when you say you want to do something, I say 250K. So I couldn't afford them. Then I searched for Valissimo. Valissimo is a fashion brand in Lagos, so she's quite big, but I don't think she's as big as Adrian Mastafiri. The other Tagi, I could not even get close to that woman, so I don't even know how it goes. She too, she was very expensive. So it all of this downside, I believed maybe if I was not a Muslima with a big hijab and I was wearing clothes that I've made, you know, these beautiful, vibrant dresses designed and printed by me, maybe they would have given me an audience, or they would
Okay.
have listened to me. I don't know. I'm not blaming them. They have their brand. And now that I'm a business owner, I realize that you want to take in people that will be of value to you.
Mm.
So maybe they would have listened, but all the way. But what they taught me a lot, they taught me to realize that people that are up there in fashion businesses, they're just regular people that have had the
Mm.
opportunity to build their brands over the years, and they have stuck to the growth. So we see them; they're just regular people. Because I mean, they're just humans. So
Mm.
those little challenges, not being able to showcase my work, you know, the fun and not being able to do a lot of things, gave me. I had to just move ahead. I had to just
Okay.
get a lot better than a lot of people, so that
Okay.
even if you don't see me wear my clothes, you will see something amazing about me, and you'll be forced to say, "Can I see some of your work?" Because there was a
Mm.
time there was Lagos Fashion Design Week that I went for,
Mm.
and you know, I didn't showcase my work. I was working with somebody that showcased this. I did my intern
Okay.
with him, classic clothing. So I was there,
Yeah.
you know, fashion week now. And everybody was wearing, you know, fashion. When you go for fashion shows, people wear crazily amazing clothes.
Yeah.
Ridiculous ones at times, but it's a fashion show, so it's just
Mm-hmm.
what everybody wears. And I had to go to the back of where designers wear clothes and change.
The
You
designer's
know, I
section.
walked in because I'm a designer now, so I walked in carrying the collections in my hand and then trying to, you know, Nigerian level now. And I was
Mm-hmm.
saying, hello, 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 and nobody responded. It was as if
Oh, like I was a
it was
ghost.
you get everybody kept you know, they kept quiet and they turned like, who is you don't get it
Mm-hmm.
was painful. It was
Mm.
very, very painful. But I just, you know, after the whole show, because I designed some of the things she was wearing, I
Okay.
mean, the designer made. So after the whole show, some people came to me, hi, hello, good evening. I saw your collection. Are you a designer? I was like, yes, it's not actually my collection, it's a friend's collection that I worked on together. It's so nice to meet you. So people started to greet me. You know, few
Okay.
people that came, they came to greet me. So I realized at that point I was hot, but I realized people would be forced to give you attention if you are offering something of value.
Value.
People will be
Mm.
forced to give you attention if you are offering something of value. They weren't, if I greeted, they didn't respond, but they saw my collection and then they responded.
Mm.
So fast forward to some other years later, I realized I can't even use the runway anymore because I had to deal with models. And you know, at the back of your modeling place, you don't want to see what is going on there. People are just wearing
Yeah.
clothes here and there. People are
Yep.
you don't want to be there. So I didn't want to be in that position. You know, I wasn't comfortable. Everybody was just moving their clothes here and there. You know,
That goes with the fashion shows now.
you
It's
get
only natural. Oh
it's
my.
not my domain. So
Yeah.
no. I was, in fact, that was the first and the last. No.
Okay.
It was bad.
Okay.
I just stopped. I didn't even think about. In fact, I wasn't comfortable, so I didn't
Okay.
stop. So as a student, what we knew was you make a collection, you make something nice, people wear them, you showcase them, and you snap picture of it. You know now. So that
Mm-hmm.
means even the things I can use to sell my work, I can't do it anymore. So
Mm.
it became
Okay.
it
Wow.
became
Wow.
more difficult. I
Wow.
wasn't going
Wow.
to snap pictures with animate pictures, animate objects because I don't do it. It's not permitted in my game. I won't use models because I couldn't just stay inside. What is it called? I don't even know. It was weird. So I had to I had to find another place. I had to find
Another place.
something
You
else.
had to find
I
your
had
own
to,
place, your own
in fact,
path.
I had to find, and then
Hmm.
this whole online thing wasn't so good. It wasn't so. It was there, but it wasn't so there then. Instagram was still
Yeah.
just all about pictures.
Hmm.
People weren't using it for business yet. It was just about how
Hmm.
my day we snap, and so it wasn't fun. But
Hmm.
what I did, I think maybe when I'm talking about what I am doing right, I would share that. I think that's just all about the challenges that I met.
That you have had to
Yeah, that was
go
one major
through.
experience I learned in school. You know, I'm not the only designer in my department. There'll be people that want to do designing too now. And the
Hmm.
normal norm for designers is like designing. In fact, I think everybody should know this. Designing in Nigeria, in outside the country, abroad, overseas, it is like politics. We beef
Hmm.
each other, we don't support each other, we bring each other down. It's like I don't know, it's just
It's
it was
crazy, but it's
it's
there.
normal. Yeah, it's just what it is in the fashion world. It's just
Hmm.
like politics. As in, even
Yeah.
back then in school, we were just two, a bit three in the designing section that were into tailoring. Others they were into interior decoration, and we
Hmm.
were still fighting each other.
It still happens nowadays in the fashion
Yeah.
space,
In
especially
fact,
fashion groups on Facebook. Yeah,
it's
that thing can
coach,
be
don't
toxic.
worry.
You're right.
It can in fact, I don't like toxic environment. And we all have to work in the
Mm.
same studio. And we cannot even I don't know,
Mm.
you can't talk to each other, you cannot ask questions from each other. No, 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 no.
Uh, If everybody is competing and thinking that I want to be right, like as if there is a small pool, whereas the pool is big enough for everybody to
I
really
don't
prosper.
know. Yeah, see,
Mm.
coach was weird. Then I was in school. I was collecting small fabrics from my classmates, people that come to my room and
Mm.
say, "Did you make that?" Yes. Yeah, so, can
Mm.
you say something for me? So even then, I was having workloads more than me because my course is a practical based course. So ordinarily, I'm busy, but I was
Mm.
hell bent on making a business because in my department, you are spending too much money not to make business.
Mm.
Is like you're buying so many materials, you're buying so many things. So you want to you want to make extra money because you can't just put all of that on your parents. So it's a thing
True.
to make money. So people will make some clothes to me. So I'll talk to the people that I know that are sewing, just two of us, and say, babe, how far now? I get plenty work. You feel so for me, like we will do them together. I go give you. So the plan is I give them clothes, give them the payment I collect, so that they will make the clothes. I'll make my own. So we'll join everything together and deliver to those that owns it. Oh. I used to do it a lot. Then there was a day a client of mine called me and told me that hi. He said, please don't ever send your friends to me again. I was like, she was like, I was looking at her like, what she's saying. She said, I know the value that you're offering me, and I know that there are other tailors I can make clothes with, but please don't send people to me. I was like, what's going on? So I
Mm.
realized that even then, people will go to my client. It's the same department. You know each other. My clients will come to the studio now. So after
Mm-hmm.
the person leaves, they'll go and meet the person that I also sew, and I'm very good at what I do. So you can be patronizing me, and Miss White clothes is expensive. So me, I can even make it for you at a cheaper rate. I didn't know that has been going on. Even though when I collect clothes and it's much, we still share the small income that then. So,
Then,
coach, I carried my bag and I left the department though. I stopped working in the
wow.
department
So
because
you had
it
to
was I
find
don't
another place.
place to Kai. It was a toxic. I don't like toxic environment, so I had to
Mm.
leave. I didn't like the whole idea of there was like too much beef, and then it wasn't. I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me. So it was a roller coaster. A lot of challenges, but a lot of lessons learned too. So I'll say I'll stick with the lessons because this is the world, and then I think it's a thing. You can't grow without the difficulties that comes with growth.
True.
It is what it
True.
is.
Very, very true.
So I
Very,
think
very true.
that's it. Leading on my difficulties and challenges,
Challenges. So thank you so much
and
for sharing that. You can see I let you have a run at it so that you can pour it all out. Someone somewhere here listening to this conversation would pick a lesson or two from what you shared that would inspire them in their own personal lives, currently, because we are all operating at different levels. For me as a business coach, right, I can't come on social media and rant. There are things I see within this fashion industry of ours, especially in the online space, that are not just, they are not good, they are not palatable. Okay. However, I have to just stomach it and then like, oh, go about my own business. But they are really there and they are limiting us, especially in the Nigerian space. There's a lot to earn in the Nigerian space, but there is this, atmosphere of acrimony, and then, like, we are competing, and then I must be better than you and whatnot. So, but then, don't worry, we have created a community like this where we are open to helping one another, and I believe that we can change the narrative. We can change the narrative. So that's why you are here and sharing with us. So you have validated some of the things that others are going through also. And I'm so glad you did that. So moving forward, we are getting closer to the money making aspect. Okay. Now, we know that you've had these several challenges, even within the fashion space, amongst colleagues in the industry. But then you've been able to scale and you are now doing your own business. How are you able to prospect for customers and get customers that are paying your happy price? You can let us in on some of your price points at which you are selling your products, okay? So others can take a lead from you, especially considering that you are based in Oshogbo. And Oshogbo is not like the biggest city in southwestern Nigeria. Okay, so please tell us your experience, how you get your customers, okay, and how you are able to, scale your business and satisfy them. What has worked for you, considering that you are a hijabi and you are making clothes for Christians and Muslims and other people alike. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. What has worked for me over the years? Okay, it's not like a trial and error thing, Sha. Before you know, it was a trial and error thing before I met with Coach around September last year. It has been a trial and error thing. There is one thing I used to do then. I was hell bent on learning. It's just, I don't know. I just couldn't. I knew, one of the things that used to inspire me, I do watch fashion TV. Fashion TV and clothes and movies are fashion based. In fact, that's the only movie I watch, because ordinarily I don't watch movies. So anything that has to do with fashion. So I realized people were doing amazing things. At least people that are not Nigerians. They do beautiful things. So it gave me an insight into what they were doing, and I realized it's not even a biggie. It's just like normal. I think it's just the major thing we do in fashion. You have dresses, you have pants, you have blazers. It's everything is just surrounded around those things. So what has worked for me in school then? I had a price range back in school. I think around 2013 or 14. No, it was 2013. I was in fact 2014, 15 when I started to sew. My skirts, pencil skirts then, it was, people used to sew pencil skirts then for 300. Remember, 400. Things
Wow.
are not expensive then. I remember
For
clearly.
real.
For real.
Wow.
And I used to, like, ordinary skirts, it is pencil skirts. And I had somebody that wanted to make skirts with me, like five skirts. I think it was Victoria. She
Okay.
said, I said, my skirt is 1,000. 1,000 there was not some money. So that means she wants to give me
Hmm.
5K. 5K, that's what they used to give me for the whole month.
No.
Then she said that, no, please, now, I can't afford it. So she gave me 300. No, she gave me 600 per skirt. So she bought the fabric. So I made each skirt for 600. And then she wore them to school, wearing them for a week. And then she came to me the next time. I was like, Monsieur, can you believe it? I just have one of those skirts left. I said, what happened? She said, they collected it from me because I wore them to church. Like somebody will say, Miss Victoria, please, where did you get your skirt? So she said, please give me. So I was like, oh, so that means I can make something so well sewn that people would think it was bought and then they will collect from somebody else. Nice. So I decided to do that. So that made me, that particular instance built my confidence on saying a price. Honestly, it's built my confidence on saying, okay, this is the price I want to collect, because that girl taught me that if people think what you are giving them is of value, they would pay. I think it's just normal thing about life. People will complain about your own clothes, but they will pay Gucci, they will pay Leonardo da Vinci, they will pay people, they will pay top designers for clothes. It's because they feel those top designers' clothes is of value. So what you need to do to get money from people is let them realize your clothes is of value. Because even people that are broke, they will pay. In fact, some people will save to buy, but they will come to your own store and say blah blah blah. What's the one? Okay. So I realized, so she gave me the confidence, she gave me plenty clients. Then I switched to that. I decided to make things that are nice. Then I switched to making a particular design. Then it's not even my Instagram page anymore, because I deleted a lot of posts on my Instagram page who are trying to make my brand professional enough. Instead making a particular fabric, I call it signature. I did fashion and fabric major. Signature is, I'll collect your, I wish I could still do that now if I have the money to do that. I think it's a beautiful idea. I'll collect your signature. Like maybe you want to give to your wife or your friend, or you want to document a memory. You won't write name. The name, I don't like names. So you give me signatures of those people. I'll make a print out of it and then transfer it to your fabrics. So I'll make a fabric that has a design of the signatures of people that you want to remember. So because they are signatures, they will look scribbled. They won't look terrible. They will look beautiful. It's going to be like you have lines. So you can make blazers, you can make pants, you can make shirts out of it. And it turned out beautiful. Then I had people then demanding for it. People demanded for it. People made it for their friends' birthday. So what I do is the background of the clothes itself is actually tie-dye. Then I print the signature that they give to me. I'll print it on it. It was difficult because I didn't have the machine, so I was using hand prints, and I had to be sure that the prints will not wash. But people bought the idea. In fact, I remember then that OAU fashion page posted my works on their page, and I did a fashion shoot and I did a collection then for it. So people bought it. So that actually fetched me money and somewhat fame. Let me just say fame. Within the school. No more clients, that helped. But when I left school, no one knows me. And my mates, the people that knew me, they left already. I can't base my existence on people that were in school together, and I want to run a business. Although I met a couple of mamas there, all those mommies and aunties that are working class that are so with me. I don't know if anybody knows OAU. There is a place, quarters. There is quarters. There is a place inside OAU. The quarters itself, that's the staff area for lecturers to live in. So, coach, that thing be like, say, if the campus is here and then you want to enter inside before you get to the quarters, and there is no cars then. They won't allow cars to pass inside the quarters gate. So anybody I get that is a lecturer that wants to sew with me, I will have to walk up inside. I don't have a store, I don't have anywhere. So by the time I sew with them, I want to, I will sew them. Someone will say like, oh, I like this skirt, but can we make it smarter? So I'll go back again. Walk down to school and go and amend it. It wasn't funny then. But I was hell bent on keeping those people because they were helping
customers now.
And they were paying. Honestly, they were paying. So in a way, I've always had customers that pay. In a way, I've always had customers that pay.
I'd like to interject in this interview. Reason is this, my dear. There is some gold mine that you and I have discussed personally, and I would like you to now share with everybody here, so others can, get an idea from you. Remember that before you signed up for the coaching program, you gave me a 1-hour interview. where we talked and you asked a lot of questions. Then you then made up your mind to join. Then was for the October. I think was it on 90 days to launch, right?
Yes, 90 days to launch.
90 days to launch, October to December batch,
Yes.
where you asked a lot of questions and then you got assurances. You told me about what has worked for you in terms of getting customers. You said your online presence was not strong at the time,
No.
and
No.
but you working on the customers and you're able to get them to buy from you. Can you
Ah,
share with
yes.
us
So,
how you have? Can you share that with us? Somebody here, there's someone listening right now that I believe has that same nature as you. They can walk up to people, but they've not summoned up the courage to, leverage that part of them. Instead, they are wasting their precious time thinking of how to be creating posts on Instagram and Facebook before they can make money. Please, can you share that experience? Part of
yes.
why we are here
Okay.
is I want people to have answers and
Yes,
want people
yes.
to stop limiting themselves. Everybody thinks they have to be on Facebook and Instagram before they sell, but you have been doing well. And it now helped you by the time you joined Fashion 6 Ultra. You
Yes,
applied
it
the
did.
same thing, it worked for you. Please share it with us. Then share with me that other experience late last year when you started getting
Okay.
people who told you they are influencers and wanted to influence for
Yes.
you. It's still as a
Uh,
result of you going out, right? Please share
yes.
now. The floor is yours. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. I think when I met Coach, I know I saw it right. Somebody posted, I think Coach posted this write up about 90 days launch, blah, and everything like that. I was thinking of having a ready to wear collection. But one thing I think I told Coach about that, I'm someone that pays for value. And I think to have a successful business, you have to, I don't know. I know there is no money in Nigeria, but you have to learn to pay for value. It's just, I don't know, you just have to pay for value. Because you can't just do things alone. So I called Coach and I said, good afternoon. If I saw the whatever late, so the discount had already gone. I said, good afternoon, sir. I have clients though. Like I think I remember I told him that I have clients, I have people that I sold for. Most of my clients comes through
Mm-hmm.
referrals. People that have sold for, in fact, most of my clients say, Miss Rice, you need to start posting your works. Miss Rice, you need to do, they talk to me as if they are not paying me. Oh. Like they are paying me money and they are still they are still telling me that no, there is more money that I could make. You could imagine that. So I had
You did
clients
well.
and I was telling Coach that, Coach, I don't do pictures. That means I don't snap animate of the time, so I can't work with a model. And being a designer and a fine artist, I know that to sell your product, when you work with people's image, videos and people walking around and people snapping, it sells your products more. It is what it is. That's just it. Because humans have the flexibility to move and showcase the quality, the flow, the beauty of the dress than mannequin. So Coach was like, I can do it. He said, do I have a good mannequin? I said, I have a good mannequin. I'm trying to buy one. And then, so he was like, I should do. So him talking to me actually convinced me to register for the course. Then, and he gave me discount too, so I take it to Coach. So I joined the
You're
class and I
welcome.
learned a couple of things from them. In fact, what I learned, ordinarily, I can walk up to somebody and say, good afternoon, I saw. It's just my normal thing. But telling clients, being able to have enough confidence to face people without minding what they would say. Normally, I'm used to people saying crap. It's just normal. And I have some beautiful people that I've met over the years. Like this woman, Mrs. Igwe. Igbos generally are Christians. She is
Yeah.
excellent. She's just so accommodating. I don't know. I go to her house and eat open salad soup. She gives me a dikaiko. I just go to her house
Wow.
and she feeds me. And I wear the hijab and I wear the niqab, and she just doesn't feel uncomfortable relating with me. And that woman she's not even my mate. She's married with kids. So ordinarily she can decide not to talk to me, as then I wasn't even married then. But she was so nice to me. And so I've met people that are amazing people. I walk up to people that are not Muslims. Majority of my clients are not even Muslims.
Mm.
So, and they listen to me. So
Interesting.
what Coach did was he actually made me feel more comfortable. And I just walk into people's stores and say, good afternoon. I think there is one thing that has worked for me over the years. When you want to tell somebody about your business, just walk up to them. But before you walk up to them, please know that you know what you are saying. Don't go and say because even you self, when somebody comes to you and say, hey, good afternoon, sister, so I want to tell you, the first thing you do like is, who the hell is she? Then she's not to start to say, and I have fine. You don't even listen anymore. So I think in Nigeria, it works for us when you speak proper English, proper documented English that are not long. I think coach taught me that, because normally before, I don't know, I don't correlate myself properly well. I'll just be talking, and I'll be like, I think you get what I'm trying to say. So taking the class with coach, it made me realize that just make the simple sentences short, 1 minute pitch, just tell them about who you are and offer to show them your works. That works like magic. Because I'll just say good afternoon, and people they don't know me, and I already moved to Osogbo. I don't know anybody in Osogbo. That was even worse. And I have had issues in Osogbo where where I make clothes for somebody, and then that I just make clothes. Yeah, new client. Then I didn't tell you guys, I work from my house, so in case I store it in my house, so people walk in to pick their clothes. So I told the man, it's okay. So I made her clothes finish. She got us how much is her money. I made the row and blouse. She bought the fabric, and I said 5K. Hey, coach. I went to deliver it to her shop. As per se, I just moved to the town. I don't know anybody. She told me, Elia, hey, Rishi. Taloma rush of 5K. I'm sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. I said, let me tell you what will happen. You pack your machine and your materials, and you will lock them inside your husband's house. They don't know how to work before. Your husband will be feeding you. Coach, I felt stupid. I said,
that was very mean.
Coach. I looked at her like, I already made the dress. By the time you saw for somebody now, you just want to collect your money and come on. Hi. And she be like, she jabbed me, coach. God, I cannot forget.
She
finished me. She finished me.
Sorry about that. It comes with the terrain.
She finished me. She finished it. Kai. You know what I did for her?
Yes, ma'am.
I told her, thank you, ma'am. Grandma, Emma Sanwomo, and I left. She called me back.
English. We have people that are not.
Grandma, don't pay. Grandma, please.
Okay.
Don't pay.
You told her don't pay. I haven't jabbed you.
I told her not to say. She called me back. She said, hey, I'm not saying it's not fine now. Hey, I said, when people ask you who made the clothes, tell them that your little girl, one daughter you have like this, made the clothes for you for free. What I was doing at that time was, I was telling her that her money is not feeding me. She's an elderly person. I can't insult her back. So I had to make her realize that don't think because you're paying me for a service I did gives you the right to insult me. So she looked at me. Since then, every time I pass that junction, that woman will say, Elia, good afternoon. I earned my respect.
You earned the respect.
She didn't pay, but it's worked for me. So I fast forward to meet Coach's class. I would just walk up to people, and I've met amazing people. I walk up to people and say, good afternoon. So my name is so I'm a designer. I think one thing that makes people listen to me first is when you speak English, because I've had instances of people saying, is that Elia? And I'll be like, what happened? I think it's a thing.
Oh my God. I love that.
I think it's a thing for people. I don't know. I think it's a traditional thing that people will believe that when you're in Nikobite, you have to. I don't know. You are not educated or something. And honestly, I think people are not really relating with their world now, because I have people, not because they are beautiful people that covers up and make excellent money. I know a particular woman, her name is SMD. She makes spice, coach. I saw a post. She covers up she's older than me. She's not a kid. She's in her 40s or thereabout. I saw a post where she was telling people that if you want to invest in a business, you have to have between 5 to 10 million. If you want to invest in a business, like you want to, she makes spices. She just, no SMG spice. And she covers up. There are people making money. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Maybe because it's not common, or there is just this notion. There is this notion. So walking up to people helped me. Most of my clients, when they meet me in person, they tell me, are you the one making my clothes?
So shocking. They are so shocked. Like, do you mean you're the one making this clothes for me? Okay. Oh, excellent. I love that. Can I tip in something there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is one of the things that I've come to learn from what you've shared so far. It is number one, you are playing on your strength. And your strength is, going out there, walking up to people and talking to them. You're a natural speaker. It works for you. And you haven't done anything extra. You only plucked the courage to walk up to people. The other thing I would say you've done is you've now improved on how you introduce yourself to people. I remember when you joined the Fashion 6 Ultra, August edition. Or was it August edition? No, no. I think it was October. So I told you guys
October.
about, the 1 minute pitch with which you introduce yourself to strangers. And I think that has helped you a lot. And I'm so excited about that. So if anybody here is listening and is wondering what's a 1 minute pitch, it's simply an introductory message message you send to people online, or an introduction that introductory presentation you do that doesn't last more than 1 minute to introduce yourself, what you do, and how you can be of help to the person you're talking to in a very friendly, polite, unassuming, non-salesy manner. Yes, that is it. So I'm happy you shared that. Can you now tell us, please, can you tell us quickly, right? What are the things you have done specifically that has helped you to do six figures? If you don't mind, right, Miss Wright, maybe you can trust me
Yes,
on
sir.
this. Maybe you can share with us, the range of income that you did recently. I know you've submitted, as of yesterday, your sales report for January, for December, right? I think December or October
Yes.
or November, either of
I
them.
didn't. I didn't do
But then,
December. I said I didn't calculate my money. I should have made some money. I was on break, but I made money, so I didn't
yeah, you
calculate.
were on break there in November in November then, please can you share, the income bracket you were in? Okay, you can be
Okay.
specific or you can give us a range, and then also tell us specifically the things that you did that helped you to do those six figures, because that is the ultimate reason why we are here.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
the things that helped me, in fact, that has been helping me to make six figures for the past few months, or in fact, for the past few months, let's say 6 months back, that has been keeping me on my six figures. I want to go to seven, coach. That's
Yes, now that's why you're
making
in
me
the
on
million. You're coming to millionaire tribe at the end of
yes,
this month.
so that's been
Mm,
making me on my six figure. Number one is walking up to people and telling them about who you are. Sorry, coach.
mm,
That has worked.
mm,
Kai. At times, people just try me out of, let's see what she make.
mm.
Yes, I think I've done that. So that has, because they want to see what I'll make, and I know I'm pretty good at what I do. So thank you. I need you to just give me a chance. That's all I need, because I know you you will stay. So
Okay.
it's like the chance, yeah, thank you for the chance. So I walk to people and I talk to them. Then coach
Okay.
said something in class that has worked for me. When you want to make clothes for a certain kind of people that will pay your price. Yes, my prices are not cheap. Oh, hi. I've had people say, in fact, most of my clients, let me tell you how it works in Oshobo. I have clients that come to me for specific things. I have people that just come to me for the official clothes. You know, this Turkish wear now is very expensive. So they would they want me to make clothes for them. I want to reproduce the Turkish wear at a much more, reduced rate, that kind of thing. So I have people that just do that. That's the inside they bring to me. And I have people that I only make their own one base. That's what they know me for. And there are people that I make only their tops. You know, these regular ready-made tops that bust them. So I have a price range for everybody. One thing that has worked for me is, coach, when you tell people your price, make sure that you're
Mm,
backing that price up with quality. If they
mm,
can't sew with you every time, they will pick things that they want you to be sewing for them and be paying for it. It has worked for me.
mm, mm,
If you are giving a price, just know that price you are giving, you will not leave that price. That's what price that is working. Like my tops now. Before I started selling tops, ordinary chiffon tops, you bring your fabric. The only thing I buy is hemming gum. I like hemming gum in my dresses for the neckline, and I buy thread. In fact, thread then was 15 naira, 17 naira, because I use sun flag. So
mm,
that's the only thing I buy, and I sew. Shogbo, I used to make it for your top is 2.5. I don't know, you cannot afford it, carry your bag and you go and buy your material. But if I'm buying material for you for top, it's chiffon, please. I not say crippling top, you are using crippling, you are paying more. So if I'm buying this bill chiffon that is probably just 600. In fact, then it was 500 coach. So and I think just want to have trouser. So and I'm not even buying the fabric, so it does not concern me what you bring. So when I started buying fabric for people and sewing for them, chiffon top is 5K. If I want to do discount, I'll say do 4 tops for 20K. I'll be do 5 tops for 20K. And it was outrageous. Coach, people used to make complete dress for 1.5 in Oshogbo. So you can understand my dilemma. And I was even inside the house. So nobody then coach will say when people walk into your house, when you have a place like your house you are sewing from, it's better to go and meet them. Because when they come to you, they look at you like they size you up. Like she usually that house be collecting that kind of thing. But I don't care. So people will come, you see my work studio, and people be like, you have to sew machine, you have to sew machine. Your problem with that, or you're paying. So I realized that my clients started segregating themselves. My clients started segregating themselves on things they can afford. There's a particular woman that is a lecturer in Oshun. The only thing I make for her is blazers. She buys this agricultural blazer that she has had in years, and she say, "Hey, Mutiat," because she's a really grandma, she's older than me. She say, "Please, I want you to help me to reproduce this thing. One something like that." So I reproduce one. She knows that I don't care if that blazer is just blazer. She comes with her material and I'm just sewing. So I'm buying lining and interfacing. So she knows the starting price is 10K for sewing. Okay. If I the person that brought me to her, that brought her to me myself, the person that stopped sewing with me, she said I'm too expensive. But the grandma will say,
but the other woman is still with you.
She will say, "Just of me, like your money is expensive," so I stopped coming. The other person. So grandma will say, "But I told her you offer quality. I know the price I buy these things when I travel out. So mind, I don't mind, so long as you offer me what I want." So people segregate themselves to my prices. So I think you have an idea of my price range. If you are making bespoke with me and it's one bay, it starts from 20K, except if you don't want something fine. Because I have a feeling of if I'm going to line in your clothes twice and it's lace, you have to start from 20K. I don't know how you want me to price it. I will not take coke while working it. So that and I have people that pay that price. So working up to people has worked, giving a price that works for me and sticking to it, having the quality that backs up those prices has worked for me. And yes, if you want some people as your clients, please, you need to start thinking like them. You want people that will pay your price. You want people that would. Please, there's one thing I learned, coach. If you know you cannot pay somebody a particular price, if you have it in your head that if Coach Laoye is offering a price for a class, you cannot pay a particular money for somebody for something, please, that means you can spend that money too. I have learned it over the years. Things that you have in your head that you cannot pay somebody, it means you cannot earn it. True. Because I'm of the opinion that you pay for value. You pay for value. So when you have that mentality, when you are giving price to your customer too, you will have it in your mind that she's paying for your value. But when you have the mentality of that thing is so expensive, for one class I should not pay so price, you're hungry, it means when people come to you for that price you cannot pay.
They will behave the same way to you.
They will behave the same way. You attract people that you think like, honestly.
True.
It's just what's worth. Most of the clients that pay my price, that pay my ridiculously premium price, they do this. They tell me, when I talk to them like I'm running a business, and as they are talking to them, they know that you are making sense. I walked up to somebody and I know that she's of the high class. I said, "Good afternoon." She said, "Okay, come and meet me next week at my shop." I went to her shop. Be like, "Can I see some of your works?" I said, "These are some of them. I make things that suit your taste and I work with your budget." She said, "What do you mean by I work with your budget?" I said, "I work with your budget because I know you don't want regular things that people in Oshogbo wears. You want something pristine and a skill set. So ordinarily, I won't buy your stuff from here. I won't buy your stuff from here, and then at the same time, you have to pay for them. So that's why working with your budget. You can have a dress for 50K, for 100K, for 120. It depends on what you want." She'd be like, "I can relate. Thank you. Oshogbo people don't offer me value." She might not want to pay that kind of price, but I made her feel as if she's of a different class than people that
different class compared to the others.
So She made a dress with me, and she said, "What's the price?" I said, "Okay, you're bringing your Ankara." She said, "Yes." I said, "Ankara short dress." I said, "It's 12K." She gave me 12K. She said, "If I want to stone it, I said, that'll just stone it, because I want to be, you're a new client." She said, "See, you're a new client, so you pay 25." She paid me 25, coach, and she made that dress twice. She made one for her sister, and she made one for herself.
Wow, that's a total of 50K from one client. Now we're talking. Wow, wow,
Do you
wow.
know? So I believed I spoke her language. So please, if you want someone that will pay money. I've had people that will say, Miss Jai, your money is. If I worked to a client and I made a dress for her, then she got a tailor that was making that at a cheaper rate. And then she was like, your stuff are too expensive, I'll start sewing with you. And I told her, I have worked my butt off to build my brand. You don't get to tell me the price I collect on my clothes. You cannot afford me. Please stop bringing your clothes here. I won't wait around for you to insult my hard work. She apologized to me. She might not come back, she might not sew with me again, which is true. But she owed me an apology and she apologized. Sorry, thank you. So I think for you to collect a particular money from somebody, you have to be able to pay that price to somebody also. So, for example, now all the money I've made in the past few months, I think I've made 165, I've made above 200, I've made close to 300. All those money, if you tell me where they are now, I will tell you personally, like I've been telling coach, all those money I've been using to invest in my business.
Yeah, I remember
That
you
is
told
what
me
it is.
that.
I don't have the money on what. Ordinarily, if I'm making that kind of money and I'm just holding it, I should be having money constantly. But I learned from coach and everybody I've met in the past time to build your brand. You have to spend money. You have to spend money on what's it called, on that thing. Like a client of mine came today. She's like, I want to. I said, I'm on break. She walked in. She was like, Miss Wright, you're making sense. Did you repaint your space? Yes. I like a mannequin. Oh, you have a flower. Those things are expensive. Coach, I bought gold mannequin and they told me 83,000. It wasn't funny.
Oh, it isn't funny, but at least we thank God you had the resources
It's a
to be
hand.
able to
So
afford it.
you have to, coach taught us that you have to present space. When the kind of people that you want to come in, like somebody that is paying me 50K now, I don't want her coming in. And she realized that my racism is watercolor.
That would drop your value instantly. And you'll be wondering why they are now pricing you back or changing their mind.
So I've been investing all of those money that I've earned, put into my business. And there's one thing
You will
too.
reap back.
Amen. I'm hoping.
You will.
So
You will.
that has helped me. Another thing that I feel is, please have good customer relations. Stop making your clients feel as if they are all about their money. You will not like it too. I cover my face, and one of the reasons why I keep my clients around is they what's it called? They feel as if I value them. And I do.
And you
I
do.
talk to them. I relate with them. I made them feel as if I'm not just all about their money. The woman that paid me 50K, I went back to her store. If I wanted to buy things for my house, and I bought things in her store worth 30K. See, that 30K I spent is not my money, it's my husband's money. And it's for shopping. So I made her feel as
And she's
if
gonna come and buy it, pay it back.
I made her feel as if she's not just giving me money.
Money.
Me too, I'm giving her money, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It might be a small money to her because she's a big businesswoman, but she knows that I come to that place oftentimes to buy things from her too. I'm not saying trade about her. There are people that I don't buy things from her too.
I did
But
you.
you just
Yeah, that's true.
offer them the things that matters to them. When people have money, they're paying you money. Please stop making it feel as if that money will solve all of your life problem. They start to take advantage of you. Tell
True.
them, let them feel as if call that money like it's a small money, even though it's not
True.
small. You said you
True.
need to call it. So that is where this thing comes in. Relating with people that you want to have as a customer, like they're part of them. You relate with them. You talk about money like them. You give ideas like them. I think that helps with keeping clients and having new clients. I was at the bank and I was telling a lady that was attending to me that I'm a designer. She said, yes. I said, like what you're wearing right now, you could have it at a cheaper rate. Not ridiculously cheap. I know that dress is 50K. I can make it for you for 35. It's a dress.
Beautiful.
She looked me like this. You know why she looked me? Because I have to connect with the fact that clothes that she's wearing is not cheap. I have an idea of it. Not that I would say, hey, I can make gown, and the gown is 5K. She look at me like this one. Even if I feel so. Even if I can sew, she not gonna give me clothes.
Definitely, she wouldn't. She wouldn't.
Uh-huh. So your if you have a price and your value is abi and your work is worth that price, your clients will automatically categorize themselves into the
Hmm.
places they can afford. Then one, yeah, like Coach said, in the past months, like that when I've been working to people, an influencer's wife walked into my studio. I don't know if majority of you, if you're a Muslim or you're into marriage coaches, her name is Shamsuddin Giwa. That's her husband. They're married coaches and they have really big online thing on Facebook and IG. And then she walked into my studio. I was like, I saw a clothes you made for somebody. I want the same thing. I was wild because I'm in my house and I'm not doing online. I'm not doing any online thing. She walked in and she wanted me to make something for her. I didn't even know she was the one. Me, I was even telling her, sorry, I can't make clothes this week again. I am going on break. And that was because December was my break time. So I was like, I'm going
Hmm.
on break. She said, I'm begging you, I'll advertise you. I was like, you advertise me. Well, I beg you. I didn't even give her attention at first. Then I remember that coach said that we should set a goal. I was like, I never reach my goal. Maybe she come. So my goal,
You know, to eat your sales go.
like my sales girl
Wow.
make me do me she come and she was like, do you know what I said? I don't know what you said. My name is Shamsuddin Giwa. Do you know what? Let me show you my platform. I'm like, oh, I know you. Now you be this. Okay. First thing is, I was first of all, I was uncomfortable. You don't get because like
Mm-hmm.
see this woman, oh, hey, see this woman. I didn't even know they stay in the shop. You get so,
Hmm.
but the first thing I had to do was I immediately made myself a younger sister because I know she's older than me. I'd be
Hmm.
like, this is you want something this fine, you go pay this price. You cannot afford this, let's do this. So when I started talking to her, number one, I didn't make her feel as if I want to rip her off because she'll be used to people that do that. Most time when people have money,
Definitely.
they are used to people that
Hmm.
will always collect money from them. I don't know, Nigerian thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I told her, I made her feel uncomfortable. I was like, hey, I know yet. She was like, I'm trying to open a new house, myself and my husband. So for her to tell me that we're communicating. And I was like, I know you people don't spend money. Let's do it like this. Don't make this one. Let's make it some other time when you have less things you're dealing with financially. Let's make this. You know what happened was when she wanted to pay me the money, she said, I don't have cash and I'll transfer to you. Coach, she transferred
Hmm.
half of my money for the dress. She forgot to transfer the remaining. Till now, she has not transferred it. I didn't mention the money. You know why I didn't mention the
Hmm.
money? Because I know she can afford to pay me that money. So
Mm-hmm.
she hasn't transferred it. I made it feel as if I don't need the money so that she can feel as if I am just someone like her. Like
Hmm.
she can, I don't mind her owing me money. I'm not after her money. I want her to
Hmm.
see me as a friend.
Hmm.
And she called me up and said, Miss Wright. I said, what? She said, I need to make your clothes as a photo shoot. I didn't beg her to do that. She
Hmm.
offered that because she felt as if I wasn't after her money. I wasn't uh, I wasn't making her feel as if you have not paid me.
Hmm.
So now she's offering me a photo shoot for my clothes. Nkukuma, I will not post pictures. Now she could post them on her page and people will
You
come. And she was telling
know,
me, I've told people about you. That is what having good relationship with your client does.
we do for
I think it
you.
makes them feel as
Wow.
if you are not taking advantage of them. And because of that, they offer to do more for you
For
that will help
you.
your own business. So
Hmm.
that has worked for me. Good customer relation has actually offered me somebody that told me that she wanted to be promoting my brand for free. And I know
Hmm.
she has good customer base and she has large audiences online. Her
Hmm.
offering, normally it's like I'm supposed to pay her. She's an
Mm-hmm.
influencer. Please, can everyone still hear
Mm-hmm.
me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, she's an influencer now, so I'm supposed to pay, but she's offering that somebody else entirely because I was nice to them. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I don't take crap from people. Me, I
Hmm.
tell people, you cannot insult me and say me to keep quiet. If I'm not some people that knows me, they be like, Miss Right, if you abuse me, that she will abuse you back. So I'm not
But
saying
you've
I'm a
improved.
doormat
I
for
know
them.
you've changed in that area.
I'm not a
You now
doormat
know
for
how to
people.
dish it out in a
But
very
at the
polite
same
way.
time, I try to relate to people in such a way that they'll feel like you're a friend, and that has
Hmm.
really helped me, and it helped me to make my 6 figures. So, someone said I'm breaking. Maybe I should just leave and come back.
Wow, wow. So, guys, I mean, Mujat, you're back, right, Miss Wright? I think she's back, so you can continue. I just so much love your story. I mean, this is a no holds barred discussion. There's no hiding anything of anything, okay? And
So
I love the
that's
way you've been sharing.
so people, you will know your client. I'm not because me say I don't like her. So, but people, there are people, you know your clients, you know this person, what does she like talking to me about? You know this person, what would she like to hear from me? I have a client that, see, the client that gave me this influencer person, people refer to her as a snobbish person. She doesn't talk. She will look at you and carry face. That's just who she is. In fact, that's who
Hmm.
she is. Me, I've been friends with her because every time I go to her place, I'll be like, oh yeah, oh, make her hear, oh, see that for now. How many sales did you make
Hmm.
today? She will laugh me and be like, she will just smile because she's not that kind of person. She
Hmm.
will smile and I'll be like, normally she's not the chatty person, but I talk to her and I'll be like, oh my god, you're looking good. Who made that clothes? But the armhole is not bad though. And then let me just say, I just make a conversation with her just to make her feel as if she's giving me money. So that has made her to want to give me money. That's just the word. That's the
Wow.
word. So she's not a chatty
Wow.
person. She will not tell me about her marital life. She will not tell me about. But you have things that you just find your client because your work can look for people for you, but your
Yes.
relationship with them keep those people.
Hmm.
That's what I've learned. How you relate. I have clients that I've been sewing for years, 5 years, 6 years, and I'm wondering why are they still coming back.
Back.
They just I've been sewing for them. They just keep coming because I will talk, we chat. It doesn't mean they will sew every time. I have people that leave clothes in my studio. They put it down in my
Hmm.
heart. But they there. Coach, I collected somebody's clothes up 2019, 2020 December. Coach, I finished delivering those clothes when I joined your class in October. You can imagine.
Wow.
And she just tell me,
Hmm.
Miss Right, I need 2 dresses. You cannot make everything. Just make 2 dresses for me where I go wear to work. And I'll just deliver those ones. And the remaining you go see it. Now, she dropped some other ones last, I think 2 weeks ago. I know 2 weeks ago, like I'm on break. They are in my house, coach. They are just yashing down there. I'm not interested. But she's comfortable with bringing it to me. It's not just about my. I'm very sure she can get somebody to make her dresses.
Yeah,
I'm
but
very
she's
sure.
comfortable with you, trusts
So
you
they're
now.
just. She's
Hmm.
just there. The clothes is just. It's just there. She's not even
Hmm.
in the show. She just drops them and say, whenever they are ready, please bring them to me. And she won't
Bring
even
them
mind.
to
And
me.
they pay. I'm not telling you people that will not pay. I'm not telling people that will
Mm-hmm.
say, can you no, they are paying. So
They're
I think our
paying.
relationship with
Hmm.
people keep them.
Hmm.
That has worked for me. Then I think what coach has taught me, that one plenty. He has taught me to be able to walk up to people more comfortably. He has taught me to how to manage my business. It's one thing to have the skills, another thing to run the business. He has taught me
Hmm.
how to manage my business. So it's in fact one of the things coach has taught me as the one that is the one that made me to keep investing in my business. If I remember that I called because I said, coach, the data teacher they spend you get I spend and spend. It's also I was making money, but I can't even pinpoint the money.
Hmm.
So because I keep making them and spending them back into my business, but I'm not. It can be frustrating at times, but I have this confidence that I'll make them back. I'll make those money
Hmm.
back. So I'm
Hmm.
investing in myself. Going to gold membership, most like people go to gold membership when they have earned 1 million or when they are close to 1 million. But I'm telling myself, let me go there. There are things they are doing in that place. I feel snap. I can, it doesn't make the money is always easy to get. Believe me,
Hmm.
it's not.
Hmm.
Especially if
Hmm.
you are taking a chunk of money and giving to somebody. I'm giving coach money. Hi, coach
Mm-hmm.
that has many classes that people pay to. but,
Right.
but I want something of value from him, and I have to pay him too because that is his own job.
Hmm.
So I think I'm saving towards my journey of gold membership class. My money never
You
even reaches.
you've
Chance.
you've advertised me over and over and over again. Let me take the bull from the by the horn now. You have done excellently, Miss Wright. You were afraid before. Like, what would I say? How will I talk? But look at the way you're just flowing. Like we are having a one-on-one conversation, and people are just listening into our conversation. And that is what podcasting is really all about. We're sharing value at the same time we're catching fun doing it. You've shared a lot today, and I'm sure many people are inspired by all that you have shared today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Imagine someone is already asking us a question on the group, saying which of the classes will you advise that they join? Okay, we'll come to that right now. Really, we'll come to that very soon. However, the floor is still Miss Wright. Okay, so Miss Wright, you know what? There's more that we
Yes.
will still discuss. We are going to have like a fireside chat where it will be more of, maybe if you can be on video, fine. If you can't be on video, no problem. But it won't be only you, it will be all the people that are also in my community, my coaching community and my membership club, who are already doing well in their businesses. So you guys can share your experiences and others can have, aspire to it. Now the interesting thing is that you are just like me and every other person here. I mean, we've not brought a Mayatafo to come and tell us how he's doing 100 million a year. No,
Ah,
we are
catch.
talking about a regular person like me and you. My dear, you carry more power, you carry more weight than most celebrity designers, because you are close to the grassroots, you are close to the people that we are talking to. So thank you so much for feeling so comfortable with me in this conversation. I didn't study mass communication. I'm a graduate of mathematics science. I studied mathematics, majored in statistics, but look at us today. We are fashion business coaches. If anybody had seen into the future, maybe they had a magic mirror that would have told us what the future held, perhaps I wouldn't have even been in science class. I would have just gone to art. But here we are today, still leveraging all the things that we learned, all through our lives, and we are making impact. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for all that you have shared with us, Miss Wright. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Now, will you be kind enough to answer a few questions from our members?
Okay. I'm
Yes.
I'm listening.
Okay, so this is what we'll do now. So guys, um, if you want to ask a question, two things you can do. You can type it on the Telegram community where we are having this podcast, or you can you can request to speak. So if you want to request to speak, just tap on your mic icon, in the middle of your phone screen right now. Tap on the mic icon, and I would see a display that shows that you want to ask a question. Then I would unmute you to ask a question. That is, if you are not yet muted. So you can ask a question. So if you want to ask a question of Ms. Wright, okay, feel free to request. So if you have not been, okay, I can see a couple of hands listed. Okay, Cicilenzo. So let's start with Cicilenzo. I have unmuted you, Cicilenzo. That will be followed by Kemisola Ganiu, and afterwards Somadina, and after Somadina, my fair lady whose contact I'm trying to get her username. Oh, I don't have your username here, but I'll definitely bring you up. So please, can you ask your questions now? I've unmuted you, Sizilenzo, so you can ask your question. Okay, so we are waiting for Sizilenzo. While we are waiting for her, the next person that is available here to ask a question is Kemisola Ganio. So I've unmuted you, Kemisola Ganio. Please ask your question while we wait for Sizilenzo. So Kemisola, please, I've unmuted you. You can ask your question now. So while we are waiting for Kemisola to ask, I think I'll need to bring on Sonia. Sonia, she's allowed to speak. So Sonia can also unmute her mic. You can unmute your mic, then ask questions now. Okay? So Sonia, we're waiting on you. Maybe you need to, increase the volume of your phone so that your voice can be projected, because I can see you're speaking, but I can't hear you. Okay. So Well, it seems like people are not getting the hang of unmuting their mics to ask questions. So next person I would allow to ask question is Oluyinka Ubujimi. So you can unmute your mic to ask. Sonia, we can't hear you. Maybe you should type. Then after Sonia, we also have Feintola, Amuda Idris. So Oluyinka, yes. So please speak. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Okay, I've actually been following seminar, and I really want to appreciate Ms. Right. I'm actually following you on Instagram. Okay, but you mentioned something. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
I
hear
can.
you.
Okay, you mentioned something about a 1 minute speech. Okay, like an introductory message or presentation to introduce yourself and what you do. So, coach, I don't know whether it's coach or you. At what point do you actually send out this? Is it a video that you post to people personally, or you put it on your Instagram? Like, at what time do you actually do this? That's my question.
Okay. Coach, shall you respond? I should respond to it.
I'll prefer that you respond because if I were to respond, I'll tell her to sign up for Fashion 6 Ultra.
Yeah.
So you can restore. You can restore. Please, for some of us that we have approved your mic, can you please mute your mic? That is why we don't allow people to just unmute their mic. Someone's mic has been unmuted and it's already interrupting our session. Okay, so Ms. Wright, please take the floor.
Yes. What I initially, before I joined Coach Fashion 6 Ultra class, honestly, when I tell you to join Coach's class, it's not because I am telling you that you don't know what you want to do with your money. I'm very, very sure there are thousands of things you want to do with your money. It's just because I can't tell you everything you have in the class, because even if I want to, I can't possibly do that because it's not possible. So, 1 minute pitch before I even enter the class is just a small message that you can tell people about your business. That it's not too much. Some people can just read it one time, pam. When you need, what time do you send 1 minute pitch? You would be the one to determine that. If you are meeting somebody for the first time, that's when your 1 minute pitch is most reasonable. If you have new contact, that's when it is most reasonable. It's not something you just keep posting occasionally. Because if you just do that and post and post, and people will be like, I beg, we know you already know. So you want to use a 1 minute pitch for people that don't know you, but you want them to know you with a glance at their screen. So I think that's just how to do about 1 minute pitch.
Okay, let me buttress what you shared, okay? So in the spirit of magnanimity, so let's share some insight with people. 1 minute pitch, like Ms. Wright said, is exactly as she has said it, in the basic form. Okay, but you can use it at different layers. Now, for example, see, 1 minute pitch works best with list building, okay? It works best with list building. That means that you should have a list of potential customers that you want to reach out to. They are total strangers to you, okay? Now, they are total strangers to you, which means that they don't know you. So if you pick your phone to talk to them on the phone, they will slam you. Where did you get my number from? Who are you? Stuff like that. You don't want that. If you don't have a thick skin, you would have a bad day of that. For me, if you say you can't like, who am I? Where did you know me? And what have you? I'll respond politely and I'll tell you how I got your contact, and I'll tell you I'll stop disturbing you with helpful information that will make your life and your business better. Then most times they reset their minds and then they behave appropriately. Okay, so 1 minute pitch, when you use it with list building, it means that you have contacts of people that fall within your ideal customers. They fall within your customer avatar. You want them to become customers. If you don't want your family and friends to be your customers, if you want to go beyond your family and friends, you need to talk to total strangers. You need to reach out to total strangers, people that don't know you, but whom you have sensed have the capacity to pay your happy price. So you introduce yourself politely. in a 1 minute pitch. A 1 minute pitch can be a text message that you're sending to someone that it would take them a minute or less to read. That's a 1 minute pitch. It can be an Instagram DM. It can be a WhatsApp message. It can be a Facebook Messenger DM. But it shouldn't take more than 1 minute. And you are not trying to sell. You are trying to introduce yourself, how you got their contact, and the value you want to give to them. Okay? The value you want to give to them that will make them save your number. Yeah. So you have to get them to save your number so that they can be added to your WhatsApp broadcast list for follow-up without you having to be sending messages afterwards. For some of you, you may already have received messages from me telling you my name, and now I got your contact with respect to you joining one of my free classes. And I say, oh, I'm giving out 2 ebooks on the 19th of January. I did it on Christmas Day, okay? And I'm repeating it again on the 19th of January for about 1,000 contacts, no, about 2,000 contacts that I'm sending messages to right now on WhatsApp. Every day, my staff is sending messages to 250 people, introducing me to them. These are people that have joined my free classes. They are on my WhatsApp groups. They are here on Telegram. But for one reason or the other, they've not even bothered to save my number. Okay, so I'm reaching out to them, introducing myself again, and telling them I'm giving a gift on the condition that you save my number. If you don't save my number, you won't get the gift. So that will prompt a lot of them to save my number. So that is how your 1 minute pitch does. So there's a strategic way you can now use your 1 minute speech to get a total stranger to become your friend and to still follow up on them to make them become a customer. Then from a customer to a client. Those are things that we have reserved for Fashion 6 Ultra membership. Okay, so I hope we have answered that question well. Okay, so Ms. Wright, I hope I answered well. I hope I did not hide anything.
No, you did not.
Now, I think there are some questions that people are asking on the group. Okay, so someone is asking here, while growing your brand, do you have any phobia that you are doing less, even when people really appreciate your work? That means, do you have this feeling that you are doing less? Maybe you are not doing well enough, even when people really appreciate your work. Do you have that phobia, Ms. Wright?
Okay, Coach, I would like to take a question of someone that said something about before I now go to that. Someone that said something about, is there a cheaper material for something? I can't even, let me even check the question. She was saying, please, is there any other quality material to use for sewing? She said, like, when she makes, this. The thing is, let me tell you something, ma'am. Materials for sewing has qualities and has variations, which is true. But there are some materials that you realize that when you buy international wears, when you buy wears from Gucci, you buy from Alexander McQueen, you realize that these fabrics are the same thing that we have around here sometimes. Like, example, evening dresses. When you buy these ridiculously expensive evening dresses, bespokes, you realize that they are either chiffons, silks, or satins. They are either chiffon. Chiffon is not expensive. Thick chiffon, silk, or satin, oftentimes, ma'am. And then you realize that, I think it is Mrs. Maya Wabi. You realize that they are the same. Abi Miss. You realize that it is not material that makes your clothes expensive, ma'am. It is not. It is the quality of sewing and the value you have put on your brand. This rich auntie vibe that is trending is not chiffon. Abi, isn't me that feels? Is it only me that feels the chiffon? Is she chiffon now? Print chiffon. Some of them are even ridiculously transparent. It is chiffon, and people are paying. So it goes to how much value are you giving to your brand? One, and your clothes. You see, it's one thing for people to say your clothes is fine. The truth is, like what Coach said, you have a target audience. I can say your clothes is fine, blah blah blah. But the truth is, they might not be fine. They might not be fine for the kind of price you want to collect. Like, for example, my clients, now when I see some stars, I'm always wondering, see, this clothes, my clients will not collect it from me. And the person that has sold you will say it is fine. because my own client are more particular about in fact, it's not perfect, it's excellent finishing. So I do instant finishing. So for my client, they back on Russia and you weave it, they just be like, what is this? Even though the clothes is fine. You get what I'm trying to say? Ma'am, for you to collect money that worth your clothes, I think one is tell your who are your target audience? Who are the people you want to be sewing for? One, two, what are the things that they consider as excellent? Then you can give price to your clothes. What do they look out for? What is excellent to them? For me, my own customers, it is the finishing. You know, the straight stitches. You know, the very fine-tuned design. As in, you sew it and they'll be looking at it like, where is the sewing? That is all my own clients fancy, and they will pay any amount for it. I have a woman that she comes to me. You know these flare dresses. The typical thing about flare dresses is when you buy ready-made flare dresses, they don't weave it. Often you realize that they tape it. And most of us designers, when we tape flare dresses, the back, the tip, it will wobble like this, as if they are doing chewing-gum. You know, it happens majorly in jilbabs too. Anything that is flare, you want to stitch it, you know, this folding over. You realize that it will have this rumpled look. I have a client that is one of the reasons why she sews with me. She will say, Miss Joy, when you tape she calls it umbrella, she's a grandma. She say, when you tape my umbrella gowns, I don't see them doing wobble. I like it, they look straight, and that's what she's paying for. So, ma'am, I think you need to know your target audience, know what is of value, like what they appreciate, then you now give your price. That would work. Yes, the person that said phobia, yes, the truth is, phobia. I believe phobia is something that it is common for someone that is aiming for success. When you have the feeling of you know it all, I'm perfect, the truth is, I don't know, I don't think the person will go far. It is your fear, it is your ability to want to do better that makes you grow. I take classes, all this that people are feeling as I'm a learner, honestly. I learn from people. I start from anybody that has something to offer. Hi, Chai, I will tap from you. Not because I cannot think on my own, but because I know that I can't possibly know it all. And there are things that, you know, sometimes 2 years ago, there is this bulge at the back of zips. I learned that 2 years ago, or roughly 3 years ago, that for you not to have a bulge at the back of your zip, then you eliminate the back puff. I didn't know that before. What if I was stuck with the fact that people like my clothes, my customers pay for it, and they don't mind the price, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't know that. So it's just all this Turkish wear and all this Turkish wear. I have people that are in Lagos that I make Turkish wear for, and I send it to them. They have a customer base for it. They pay me my own money, then they go and say that whatever one they want to sell, that's their problem. So all these little things, you learn, you buy equipment, and then you have fear because fear pushes you to get better. It is what it is. You just have to be afraid of something for you to get better at that thing, and you realize that. So this thing is small thing, it's simple. So I think fear shouldn't limit you. Like this, I have a big sister here, black and green. She said, "Leave fear, Joe. Leave the fear, and just go for it. You would." So let me tell you one experience last month, coach. You know, I made over like close to 200, like 160 already. About, you know why I made that money? I made a clothes for somebody, coach, 2 people, and they called me. I delivered, and they called me that no, this is not the fabric we asked for. My clothes is not fine. This is not how sequins look like. This, I was like thinking, oh my god, I don't like hearing that, coach. I refunded close to 50K.
Wow, it now
I
affected
could
your
tell them
finance.
that means I have my own bad days too. See, I could tell those guys that you gave me the details that you gave me is what I made, which is the truth. You sent me a detail, I made it from you. You don't get to tell me that your clothes does not fit. It's not my business. Take a tape rule and measure your work. You realize that is what you gave me that I made. But what I wanted to tell them is I wasn't ready to deal with the headache. 1, 2, they are students. They're in the university. Students can be crappy, they can be impulsive, they can be childish. You just see them posting one thing online, telling me crap without putting it at the back, and that's what the details they sent. Nothing. So Miss Right, blah blah blah. Me that I'm trying to just build my brand online. So when they were ranting, I was like, give me your account details, and I send the money back. They weren't expecting me. It was a loss on my part. I don't need the code. There's nothing I want to use it for. But the truth is, it earned my respect, and I am very sure 10 years time, if I have a very big brand, they don't dare to come and tell me crap, because I want to hear what they will say. I'll be like, hello, what happened? So at times you take a lot, you take a fear, you take a lot of, and you learn from them. It's a loss on my part. The clothes I see, I don't
Mm,
even know what I want to do with it. But the truth is, you learn every day. You learn from people, you learn from your mistakes, and that's it. I learned
thank
that
you.
whoever is giving me clothes, I beg you, whoever is giving me clothes, whoever is giving me any clothes, if you send any detail, I've like learned my lesson. Your details is what I'll make, and anything that happens with details, I am not getting responsibilities for them. I don't need to state that
Mm,
before. Now I'll start stating that I learned
you
the
start
hard way.
taking it. Miss Wright,
So
let me take the floor now. If would you permit me? Yeah, it's
yes, sir, yes,
because
sir.
of time constraints. We are recording this session, so I want to pause the recording at 1 hour 30 minutes, so it wouldn't be heavy. Then we can now have a post podcast question and answer session still here, as we go on. So let me just wrap it all up. Then we'll now have our unofficial question and answer session. So guys, I believe you have learned from our wonderful Hijabi uh, fashion designer, Miss Wright, and you've learned a lot from our personal story, and you are inspired. I'm sure there are key points that you have picked from all that she has shared with us today that you can apply. Please, some of the things that she has shared with you are our personal strength. If they are not your personal strength, don't force yourself to do them. However, meditate on our own story and ask yourself, okay, what are my own strengths? How can I use my strength the way she used ours in order to grow my business to six figures? And I'm sure you've been hearing her talk about classes with me, Coach Laoye, the class with Coach Laoye and all, and what have you. Ms. Wright signed up for the 90 days to launch coaching program last year, October to December batch at about 40,000 thereabout, which is now 50K. And she also continued with the Passion Stick Ultra Membership Club, which is focused on helping you to grow your income from 100K monthly to 1 million naira monthly. And she's doing well. She presently is planning to upgrade to the Millionaires Tribe, which is Passion Stick's ultra goal, where we are working closely with them to learn how to get 1 million in sales monthly, plus going international with their fashion brand. So you can see she's investing in herself because she's seeing results, not because we are coacting or using shady approaches to get her to pay. So if you want to join us in the Fashion 6 Ultra Membership Club to grow your income, you can dial me up on 09052137213. If you're outside of Nigeria, then you need to add plus 234 9052137213. That way we can chat on WhatsApp. If you have got any questions for Ms. Wright, she has dropped her Instagram handle on the group. I would encourage her if she would be kind enough to share our WhatsApp number so you can chat with her on WhatsApp also. She's an excellent person, to relate with. She's in the Fashion Six Ultra community and taking the bull by the horn to even come here and share our, intimate secrets in business. So thank you so much, Ms. White, for this. I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. God bless you. So, guys, that would be it for this recording of our podcast. Till we have another session next time. That's it. Thanks. Okay.